it's Elizabeth from Fern Stickers, and I'm doing a day in the life today. I am currently under the harsh fluorescent glare of the lights in my office at work, so I was planning to start this video at home this morning, but things took an unexpected turn. So for the past 2 weeks, Daniel has been waking up pretty early, like 4:45 early. We had a couple days where he'd broken it over the weekend, so I thought we'd fixed it, but he was up at 4:45 again this morning. It's not his fault. He's doing the best he can. I'm pretty sure that it's related to being overtired from daycare. He has, the first couple weeks at daycare, he took great naps there, and then once he started to get used to it, he started taking less good naps. I think that's pretty common that babies at daycare, they kind of have FOMO, and he's really interested in everything that's going on and doesn't want to take naps. So like sometimes he'll take one 45-minute nap and he needs like 3 hours of napping a day. So he gets overtired, and one of the things that happens with that is then you wake up early. So I think that that's what we're dealing with right now. So again, it's not his fault. He's not doing it to be to try to punish us. It's just how it is, and that's life with a baby. He woke up early, and so then I was up early. So once Brian got up, he took over so that I could get ready, but I didn't have really any extra time this morning. So that is where we are. So it's about 7:30 right now. So I took Daniel to daycare and now I'm at work. So the first thing I'm gonna do is get my stuff unpacked so I can get to work. So I just got my day planned out, and this is something that usually I would do at home, but I didn't have time to because Daniel woke up early. So I took a few minutes, I grabbed my stickers and took a few minutes to do this here. So you can see for the day, I've got a lot of grading to do, catching up on some stuff from Friday. I also have an article that I need to review for a journal and a paper that I need to read from a friend to prepare for something that we're working on together. And then I've got a few things for Fern Creek. I've got an Instagram post to do. I've taken the pictures. I just need to edit and post that. I need to run payroll. And then I've got one of the days for the advent calendar I want to get designed and get that started to print. And I need to call the pediatrician to get a follow-up appointment scheduled for Daniel. So over here, the only things I have scheduled today are teaching my class and having office hours. So I've gone through and kind of mapped the things that I need to do onto time, estimating about how long it's going to take to do these things. And I did forget, I have a stencil that I use usually to make check boxes, and so I drew my own, which are totally fine, but I'm realizing how much I like the stencil. So the first thing to do are to finish grading these lit reviews. I only have one left to read, but for assignments like this is a draft that they're going to be building on. I like to type up some kind of summative, higher level feedback. So I have one more I need to read, and then I have a few where I need to type up the feedback. So I'm going to work on that. I also have breakfast. I sometimes eat breakfast at home, sometimes bring it with. It just depends on the time. So I think I've shown this before, but I make oatmeal in a thermos. You just add boiling water to the oatmeal and then it cooks on its own. So by the time I get here, it's hot and all cooked, and there's some cinnamon in there, which is what the color is. And then I also have some sun butter that I'm going to put on it. If I'm eating it at home, I have frozen berries, but they don't travel very well. So no fruit on it today, just some sun butter. And I've got my coffee. Okay, so now it's about 8:45. I teach at 9, so it is time to head over to class. So I finished getting my papers graded and writing up feedback for them. I also did my first pump of the day, so I pump 3 times when I'm at work. So I got what I wanted to get done before class, so I'm gonna head over to class and teach now. So I taught my class. We had a work day in class today, so it gave me a chance to go around and have like little mini conferences with all the students about their papers and for them to get working on their revisions. So that was good, it was productive, and I felt like I had good conversations with them. So it was a good class. So I'm teaching this semester. I have one in-person class and one online class. Now is office hours, so I have an hour and a half of office hours, and they're both in person and Zoom. So I have Zoom pulled up and my office door open so students from either class can drop by. Almost nobody ever comes. If you are a college student watching this, go to office hours because your professor is waiting there, and like 90% of professors really want you to come to office hours. I wish my students were here. I wish I could help them and talk to them, but they aren't coming. I'm also gonna have my first snack, which is rice Chex and chocolate chips. Kind of a weird combination, but kind of delicious. I'm breastfeeding and I am hungry all the time. I am loaded up on the snacks. So grading, snack, office hours, that is the plan for the next hour and a half. Okay, so it's 11:30 now and office hours are done. Nobody came to office hours, so I worked on grading. For my online class, the students have to do weekly video discussions. So there's a question every week and they have to record a short video where they answer the question and talk about how what we've been reading connects to their experiences in organizations. So I've been grading those. I was hoping I would have these all done by the time office hours were over, but they took a little longer. A lot of people, there were 2 questions they were supposed to answer and a lot of people were missing one, but I would watch them a second time to be sure I didn't just miss them at answering the second question. So it took a little longer since I had to watch a bunch of the videos twice, but I should be able to, I'm gonna pump again and I should be able to finish grading the rest of these while I pump, and then I will be on to the next thing. And I'm also going to go ahead and eat my second snack, which is a big bag of plain potato chips because I am hungry again. Okay, so I finished grading and I did my pumping, and now I'm going to review a paper for a journal. It probably doesn't matter because probably nobody who's an OrgCom scholar is watching this, but I was going to show it to you, but I shouldn't because it's double-blind peer review, so you shouldn't see what the title of the paper is. So I'm going to review that. I printed it out because this is the kind of thing that I prefer to read on paper and be able to mark up. So I printed it out. I have a printer in my office, but I usually use that for like small things. And for something like this, I printed it on our office printer upstairs. So I went up there and checked my mailbox and got this. So I'm going to read this manuscript and write up a review, and that is next. And I'm gonna eat a banana, and I'll probably eat lunch at some point in the middle of this, and I'll stop and show you my lunch. So it's 1:30. I finished reading through this manuscript and I'm gonna go take a little walk around campus to clear my head for a minute. When I have a chance to get out and take a walk, I like to do that in the afternoons, and I definitely right now I just feel like my brain is a little bit frazzled and I need to clear my head out before I write up this review. So I'm gonna take a walk and finish the reviews. According to my initial schedule that I set up for the day, I wanted to be done with the review by about 1:30. So I'm a little bit behind, but that's okay, especially because the last thing I had for today is I have something I want to start grading on, but I don't have specified. As long as I get started on it, I'm okay with that. So I think I'll be fine for still getting everything done today because my last thing for the day is kind of flexible. So I took a 15-minute walk outside and that was just what I needed. My head feels a lot more clear, so I'm gonna write this review. I have not eaten lunch yet, so I'm gonna eat my lunch. So I've been making salads for lunch since I went back to work, and so I make them for the whole week at the start of the week, so they're all ready to go. So it's kind of a Mexican salad. So there's salsa, grilled chicken, black beans, fajita veggies, and romaine lettuce, and I just dump it upside down in a bowl, and the salsa is like the dressing. So I will eat this, and I also have some grapes. So I'm gonna eat my salad, write up this review, and then the next thing on my list that I'm gonna start on is I need to read a manuscript written by one of my friends and collaborators, and it's relevant for a project we're working on together, but also for something else I'm working on. So I want to read it to be prepared for a meeting we're having on Friday, but also to get an idea for another project that I'm working on. It's 3:15 now, and I finished reading my friend's manuscript, and it's really helpful both for a project that we're meeting about on Friday and also for another thing that I'm working on. So I'm glad I read it, and she wrote a great article, so that's awesome. I also did my last pump, and so here's what I pumped today. So this is enough for tomorrow's bottles. Sometimes I have to pump again in the evening, but I've got enough today, so I won't have to do that. It's 3:15, and usually I leave about 3:45 to get Daniel. The only thing that's tricky is he hasn't taken his second nap yet. So there's an app from daycare where they update everything. I'm guessing they'll be putting him down for a second nap soon, but I might wait a little bit depending on when he goes down, because unfortunately it's happened several times that I get there like 10 minutes after they put him down for his second nap. And it's just hard, like I mentioned before, these daycare naps. He doesn't want to take naps. the schedule isn't like it is at home, and the workers are doing their best. Like they're doing a great job. It's nothing that's their fault, but it's rough because I want him to get a good nap in. He did fortunately take a good nap this morning, but you know, it's still, if he takes a 10-minute nap in the afternoon, he's still going to be behind on sleep. Yeah, so I'm going to be watching the app and seeing when I leave, depending on when he gets put down for a nap, to hopefully let it get a little bit longer without getting him home too late, because I want to have some time to play with him and hang out with him when we get home. So that's kind of the conundrum right now. So that's on Tuesdays and Thursdays when I'm working from home. I actually get him early so he can take his afternoon nap at home, and that works out pretty well. And he'll usually take like a 2-hour nap at home because he's tired from short daycare naps the other day, so I get to finish up working while he takes a nap. So it works out pretty well for us overall. But I'm gonna start grading these other papers that my students turned in. I try to be really on top of grading and get everything back within a couple days, but a week maximum. I had a confluence of, I moved a due date, and then I had a ton of stuff that ended up being due all at once. So I have an extra set of papers that were submitted a week ago, and I haven't graded those yet. So I'll be a little bit longer than normal getting those graded, but I don't think that class cares because I prioritized getting something else back to them that mattered more to get feedback on sooner. So it's 3:50. There's still no update on the app, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and pack up and head out, and probably it will be my luck that I'll get there like right after they put Daniel down for nap, but that's how it goes. I want to go pick him up, and I'm really hungry, and I want to go home and eat something. So I got some papers graded. I feel like this day has not been very action-packed, it's just me talking to you in my office, but that's okay. I do want to turn you around and show you one thing really quick. I use some different tools to help me stay focused at work, and this is one, Freedom. I have been using this. I was thinking about it earlier today. I've been using this since 2010 when I was a master's student, and it's gone through some different iterations since then and improved a lot. So basically it's a program that blocks the internet and apps on your computer, and you can have it block all websites, like everything on the internet, or just selective things. So I have a list of like websites that I go to be distracted, and usually I use it with just that list on, and then also blocking desktop apps, because things like checking my email, I can do that to procrastinate. So I use this a lot when I'm working to make sure that I stay focused and on task, and it's really nice to be able to selectively block websites so that I can still access things like Canvas, which is our course management system, and Google Scholar and things like that I use a lot for my work, but it keeps me from being able to see distracting things on the internet. It theoretically works on your phone too. I have problems using it on my phone, so I use a different app called Forest on my phone, and I also like to use Pomodoros a lot. Traditionally you use 25-minute Pomodoros. I've been using 15-minute ones a lot recently, and that's me just as I've been easing back into work, although at this point I've been back to work for like 2 months, so I'm not easing back in anymore. I should probably start increasing those Pomodoro lengths, but 15 minutes has been a good length to get me motivated since I've been back to work. So here I am all packed up. So I've got my main bag that has like my planner and my laptop in it. I've got my lunchbox, and sorry about this harsh fluorescent light, and then my bag with my pumping stuff. So I am all packed up and ready to head out. So I picked up Daniel. It turned out he did not take a nap this afternoon, so I didn't have to worry about that. And now we're doing a little bit of playing. Yeah, and he's been pulling himself up lately, so he's been practicing pulling up on his toy shelf. And now he's very curious about the camera and is going to come see what I'm up to. It's 5 o'clock now, and Brian is home, and Brian and Daniel have like a little routine they do when they get home. They take a walk around our property, and they have all these stops and visit stuff. So they're out doing that right now, and I'm baking some muffins really quickly. Brian made Daniel muffins over the weekend to try baked egg, which is part of our protocol for reintroducing allergens, and I can't have them yet because Daniel did not eat enough to know whether or not it was okay, but I have been craving some muffins, so I am whipping up some muffins really quick while they go for their walk. So it's about 8 o'clock now. Whenever I film vlogs, once I'm doing family stuff, I just kind of forget to record. So that's probably how it should be. So I haven't recorded anything, but my muffins finished and they were delicious. And Brian made dinner tonight. He made jambalaya, and well, he made it last night, so we had leftovers tonight. And while he was getting dinner ready, I worked on finishing up the October mystery kit. So I'm not going to show you what I was working on designing, but I'm adding a new journaling kit option this month, so I needed to get that finished designing that. And then after dinner we had ice cream and watched an episode of the show we're watching right now. Right now we're watching Disenchantment, which is on Netflix. It's an animated show about kind of a irreverent fantasy world where things aren't perfect and fairy tale like, and there's a new, I don't know when the new part came out. I think we probably missed it when Daniel was first born, but there's some new stuff that had come out, so we're watching that now. And I have been enjoying Oatly ice cream recently, which is oat milk ice cream, and is my favorite non-dairy ice cream that I have found so far. So the one thing I'm going to show you really quick that I got in the mail today that's kind of fun, I got some earrings. So these are from Nickel and Suede, and they make leather earrings, and I have one pair so far and I've really liked them, so I ordered some more. And I got them at some point over the summer, so I've been eyeing them and planning to get some more. So I've got this gold pair, so I think these are really pretty. These are just really versatile, and I'll be able to wear these with a lot of things. So they're not too big, but the ones I have now are silver, so I really wanted to have a gold pair too because I've been wearing the silver pair a lot and wanted some to wear with, or other gold jewelry. And then these ones are a little bit more like statement earrings, and they've got like little black leaves on them, so these are good. I'm getting them halfway through October, but I feel like these are good like Halloween earrings and good for fall. So these are kind of, I don't know if you can see them against my hair, but so these are a little more statement-y, a little more fun than I would usually wear, but I think they're really cute. So this was some fun, happy mail to have. That was my day. Again, I don't feel like, whenever I do day in the lives, I know people like seeing them, but I always feel like I'm doing a lot of telling and not showing because what I'm doing is not that interesting to actually watch me do, but it's always fun to be able to take you along and show you what I'm up to. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all again soon. Bye everyone.